So, I'm not really sure how to begin this one, so I'm just gonna tell you the lead up to this video. So I was watching Waxworld's video on the Bob reboot, and Mega Machines was eventually brought up. It was talked about pretty positively in the video, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch that later tonight. So I did. And I fucking loved it. I don't know how, but this movie is actually okay. It's not the best thing ever, obviously, and trust me, I will get to that. But for a special made for the Bob reboot, it is pretty damn good. Before I talk about the film itself, let's dive into the production history. Okay, so at the time of writing this script, there isn't any information on the movie's production whatsoever. Researching for this video, I found this isn't odd when it comes to Mattel productions, because there's jack shit for things like The Great Race and Journey Beyond Sodor, which came around at the same time as this movie. I can at least go over the cast and crew for this movie to make up for it. Just getting this out of the way now, I am going to be specifically talking about the UK dub of this movie because this is what I watched. The film was directed by Stuart Evans, produced by Fred D. Bradney, and it was written by Chris Parker. The music was composed by David Schwelzer, I apologize if I butchered this, Phil DaCosta, and Robin Goodfellow. The movie was released between Series 2 and 3 of the reboot, and honestly, thank God, because this movie would look much worse if it was released post-Series 3. Now for the voice cast. Just know I'm only going to cover the voice actors that were in media I'm familiar with. Bob is voiced by Lee Ingleby, who played Stan Shunpike in fucking Prisoner of Azkaban?
You what?
Scoop is voiced by Blake Harrison. He is also listed to be in Project Build It, but it's not specifically stated who he played, probably just some supporting cast roles. And he was also a Family Guy at one point? I'm not sure what to make of this, and frankly, I can't be fucked to dig any deeper, so take this with a grain of salt. Wendy is voiced by Joanne Frogat. Again, I apologize if I pronounced that wrong. She is also credited to be in Project Build It, but there is no further specifics. Leo is played by Jacob Scipio. He also played... Oh, you're kidding me. He fucking played in the Bad Boys films? Wow. Muck is voiced by Paul Panting, who also played Peso and Octonauts. Okay. I was not expecting that. He's also Old Puffer Pete in Chuggington. That's cool. Lofty is voiced by Steve Kindman, who is literally in everything else Mattel was making at the time. He was in Fireman Sam, Thomas and Friends, and Bob the Builder, as we are currently discussing.
Oh dear.
Mayor Madison is played by Lucy Montgomery, who also played the trucks in fucking Journey Beyond. Oh god, what else? Oh, she's the voice of Carly the Crane. Huh. Conrad is played by Brian Cox. He isn't in anything I'm familiar with personally, but he is in a James Bond film and won several awards, so I figured it was worth mentioning. Ace is played by Ben Miles, who was Tay Kolma in Andor. Alright! I haven't seen Andor yet, but I am a Star Wars fan, so I'm talking about it. He also sounds like frickin' Patricia from Nigel Marmalade.
You mean like this? Oh yeah, feel the force.
Oh, now I get it. Fishing's about the thrill of inflicting pain on an unsuspecting victim.
The movie gets straight to the point in the opening, which I greatly appreciate. It's Bob getting ready for work, waking up Scoop, Muck, and Lofty. I like how he does the suit-up sequence from the show's intro. It's a funny way to slip in the show's intro without actually playing it, like unlike some other movies I could mention. I just want to mention how cool the opening credits are. Instead of the text being displayed on the screen, they're a part of the environment. It's such a cool visual, especially how the writer's credit is on the side of a bus stop. It has a really nice color choice. So eventually the team arrive at the site and we are introduced to Conrad the Contractor and his mega machines, Ace, Thud, and Crunch. I love their designs. They're all mostly freelance from what I can tell, but they clearly have some IRL inspiration behind them. I also really like how Crunch has these like giant frickin' squares above his eyes just to make it look like he has really big eyebrows. That's a nice touch. There's also this bit where Scoop asks Lofty if he recognizes Ace, and Lofty drops this banger line.
In Ultra Diggers and Massive Movers! Remember Lofty?
Nope.
This comes up in a later scene, so keep that in your back pocket. We're also told what the project is. The team is building a dam for a new reservoir. And Conrad is not happy about the fact that Bob got the job to build the dam instead of him. Why? I don't know. Conrad is Conrad. Leave him alone. Conrad is such an interesting character to me because he is the first and only villain in the Bob the Builder franchise. It sounds really stupid putting into words, I'm aware. But Conrad isn't like this cartoonishly mustache-twisting evil guy. He's just a jealous jerk that is so up his own ass that he thinks he deserves what he wants just because he simply exists. I also find it a really clever detail that Conrad talks such a big game about his building skills when A, he is shown more than once to be sitting around doing quite literally nothing. And yeah, his team are really big machines, but he only has 2 diggers and 1 giant dump truck. No crane, no cement mixer, no nothing. Obviously, he wouldn't get chosen for the job. Moving on. Ace and Scoop start to form a friendship as the movie goes on, which is so fucking wholesome and I love it so much. Oh my... Of all the Mega Machines, we learn the most about Ace. It's established in their introduction that Ace is a TV star, and someone Scoop idolizes. Their first proper scene together is really sweet. Lofty approaches Scoop saying he does recognize him and starts talking about how big of a fan Scoop is, which leads to Scoop and Ace doing his dance from the show, which starts their friendship proper. It's seriously so wholesome, I swear, which makes their later scenes hit harder, which we will get to. There is a subplot I want to get out of the way, as it's one of my few small critiques with this movie. So Mike is getting harassed by Thud and Crunch. Mostly Thud, because, you know, Crunch, he doesn't talk. Lofty, instead of being a tattletale, decides to stand up to them for Muck. He tries to talk to Scoop about it beforehand, but Scoop blows him off because he's so focused on hanging out with Ace. I love this scene because Thud is just telling Lofty to fuck off the entire time, and Lofty eventually loses his patience and starts crashing the fuck out.
You can't say that!
I just did. Lucky.
That is enough! And it's Lofty, okay? I'll shoot you, both of you! Come on! You think you're so big and... mega and,
Ooh, I'm scared.
You two are nothing but bullies!
This is my main thing with the movie, though. It's still a kids' movie. A really, really good kids' movie, mind you. But the dialogue in the follow-up of Lofty's crash out feels so forced, for a lack of better words.
You speak to Muck the way Conrad speaks to you!
Eh? No, I don't. Do I? I didn't realise that.
And how does Conrad make you feel?
Not very nice. You're right. I'm sorry, Muck. We've been really mean to you. And we're all part of the same team.
This really feels like a generic kids flick in the scene where Scoop gets framed for messing up the concrete recipe. Context. Scoop and Ace got reassigned to make the cement for the dam. While Lofty's crash out was going on, Conrad sends Scoop away to talk to Ace privately. It's time for Ace to pay Conrad back. Context 2, Electric Boogaloo. Ace was a movie star, remember? Well, we get a scene earlier in the film that explains why he's here now.
I keep messing up.
You call that messing up? Messing up is what I did when I dropped a 2-ton boulder onto my boss's car.
No, really? You did that?
He wasn't in it at the time, thank goodness. But that's why I'm not on TV anymore.
Oh, wow. And I thought I made a big mistake.
Yeah, all right. I was headed for the scrap heap before Conrad took me on
You were going to be crushed.
and turned into tin cans.
So Ace owes Conrad now, and he's forced to mess up the concrete himself. Scoops sees this twice. Once, right after Conrad gives him the order, which leads to this exchange.
Water, Ace.
Better get back to work, champ.
I think you made a mistake. It's half a scoop of water. Remember? 1, 3, 3 and a half. 1, 3.
I know what I'm doing.
Oh, it's okay. We all make
I
mistakes.
said I know what I'm doing. Listen, Scoop. Why don't you go and take a break?
Oh. Okay.
I can't do this.
This is honestly kind of sad to see, and Ace's voice actor really nailed the delivery. You feel the anger, you feel the emotion. It's really good. Scoop sees Ace mess it up a second time, with Conrad also present, and he rushes to tell Bob. But while he tries to, Conrad intercepts the conversation and pins it on Scoop. Scoop tries to have Ace back him up, but with Conrad right there, he's forced to say Scoop did it. I say this scene is weird because Scoop had plenty of time to explain to Bob what happened, but he just sits there when Ace shows up. From this point forward, I don't have a whole lot to say. Scoop is sent to work in the gully on the other side of the dam. They finish it, it breaks, yada yada. They stop it with the power of friendship and teamwork. Conrad is apprehended by Tiny. Oh yeah, right! Tiny, 2-Ton, Tread, and Stretch are all here. But they don't do anything. They're just there. They do contribute to the finale. I really like this shot with Tread flinging some rocks into the riverbed. But this is just one of many issues with the Bob reboot in general, where they introduce these honestly really cool looking characters, and they just don't do jack shit! Since we're talking about it, another thing that bothers me, which is just an issue with this era of Bob, Scoop's fucking voice sucks. Most of the time, I can tolerate it, but when he's doing literally anything aside from talking normally, I get irritated.
Ooh yeah, feel the force. Like him. So I'm going to go and lift a big rock too. The biggest rock I've ever lifted!
It's so obnoxiously high-pitched for no reason. I cannot imagine how often his voice actor got a sore throat from doing this yellow Tic Tac's voice. What else? I don't know, Muck is kind of annoying, but that's also a thing with this era. I mean, this little boop he does with Crunch is pretty cute, though. Yeah, no, that's all I have to say. The animation in this movie is honestly really good. The characters feel alive. They don't stiffly move around like a FNAF animatronic. The lighting is well done, not groundbreaking by any means, but it still looks nice. A really nice detail I'm glad they added is that when the characters with visible exhaust are doing something physically intensive, the smoke coming out of it starts flowing faster. It's a great attention to detail. This movie's music actually kind of goes super hard, and I don't know why. Especially Feel the Force, which is a proper musical version of the song Ace and Scoop did earlier. And Pit of Despair is a shockingly sad song, and I was not expecting it in a Bob the Motherfucking Builder movie.
The world carries on, they say I let them down. They cast me aside, made me feel like I'm the clown. I'm down here in my pit of despair, feeling betrayed, it's just so unfair.
It does its job pretty well, and it reminds me a lot of Thomas's solo song in Journey Beyond Sodor. That is the second JBS mention in this video. It's almost like these movies were made in the same year. I don't have anything to say about We Are a Team and Best Friend superheroes. They serve their purpose as montage music, and that's really all they are. The only thing worth noting about either of them is that We Are a Team has a pretty infamous reputation, in that it's played in every single freaking episode of the main show. But that is a discussion for another video, one I will probably never make. I was pleasantly surprised by this film, and I'm honestly really glad I took the time to check it out. It's a real diamond in the rough. I'll be honest, when I was younger and the Bob reboot released, I used to love it, and a part of me still does love it. And it makes me really happy seeing at least one part of the reboot is genuinely well liked.